last one on the title that was wrong was video 2, so obviously me can't count. So yes, this is video 3 where I am here to talk to you about He-Man and the Master Universe again for the 3rd time. Hopefully you're not getting bored of these, and if you are, I apologise. There will be other content available after the next one, because I've got one more video I think to do. Yes, so this one here is to do with He-Man comic books. Obviously I have delved in and out of comic books, excuse me, whereas the likes of X-Men, Walking Dead, etc, etc. But He-Man has always been one that I have been really just trying to complete the collection and trying to get all the variants and things like that. Some are easier to get than others. Some I have, some are graded, which I'm going to show you first, and then we're going to have like a quick break. This isn't a habit thing, but I hate these sitting around here because some of these are really good grade and some of these I don't want to get damaged either. So I'm going to show you these quickly, and then I'm going to delve into the graphic novel ones that I have, trade paperbacks, and then the single issues. And there's quite a lot of them. Apologies for a bit of annoyance in my throat, but it's so cold over here today. The heat's on. I'm not long up and I wanted to get this done. So yeah, the cold weather just seems to really affect my nose, so that's why. But hopefully your weather is nice where you are, and chances are it's probably not. So yes, let's crack on with these. So I'm gonna just grab the first lot. So right, okay, so the first one is an autographed one. So this is signed by Cam Clark, who voiced He-Man in the 2002 incarnation of Master Universe, and you have Skeletor on the back there. That was sent by my pal Mike Lacey. This was one of the first ones that I actually got sent off. I really like the cover of it, not knowing that it was one of the ones that's quite hard to get now, which is this one here. Again, there's He-Man on Battle Cat. It's a 9.4. It also tells you over to the right hand side if it's a key issue, you know, so if it's first appearance of such and such, which we'll get onto in a minute. There's a buddy of mine in America, Brett, who was in a comic store and found this and sent it in a mail-order bag. This is one of my favourite comic covers. I mean, this is one of my favourite designs of He-Man. This is the snake armour He-Man I talked about in the last episode. This is a 9.4 grade, and then here you've got the Master Universe Encyclopedia season 1, but you didn't really get much of that. I think you only got like 2 issues of that, which was a real shame. One of my lowest grades, sadly, which is this, which is 7.5. Again, this was just one that sorry about the glare. This is one I picked off. The majority of these, if I hadn't found on eBay, I picked up from Graham Crackers. It's not a cereal, it's actually a website that deals with comics. And I got this, I think it was for 99 cents, and decided to get this graded because there was 2 of them I was getting graded at the time, and I thought, you know, like I was getting one graded and I thought I might as well get another one done and plump for that one. I'm a bit puzzled as to why it's that low a grade, but they know better than I do. So that's the first lot, stay there. So the second lot, these were quite hard ones to get at first, and now every time I go on eBay and look for He-Man comics, I see these. So this is the first one. This is He-Man Eternity War Mighty Collector variant. So this is basically like all the figures put into a cover. So I have that one. They also did a second one, which is this one, which is probably my favorite. This is 9.0. The one before that was an 8.5. I'm not that bothered about grades, to be honest with you. You know, like I'm not like that should be a 9.8, not 9.6. There's this one here, which is the first appearance of He-Man and Skeletor in comics, which is this one here. This is DC Comics Presents number 47. It has Superman, Skeletor, and He-Man there. And then you can get this Willy Wonka's Magic Jumping Disc offer in case you wanted to avail of that. What a great offer. And then, yeah, so these are ones that I sent off for grade, and that one was from Mike as well. This one here was so hard to find. There's a seller on eBay selling it, and he wasn't getting any bids on it. And I said, well, I'll offer you such and such. And he said yes, and it was by far a lower price than I expected to pay for it. and he sent it in between 2 annuals, so it didn't get squished or anything, which was really good. And then I sent it off to get graded, and it came back at 9.6, which I was absolutely delighted about. Just a really, really beautiful cover. And then the last one that I sent off to get graded, and probably one of my highest grades, is this one here, which is, it's like a wraparound foil cover, so that's why it kind of glares. So this is He-Man and the Master of the Universe with Thundercats. So you can see there He-Man and Lion-O, and then it wraps around to there where you can see the villains. So the heroes are on one side, and then the villains are on the other side. So, and you can see the Lion-O sword there as well. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with them. So we're going to have a quick break, and I'm going to put these away, because to do the rest of these with these sitting here, oh no. So I will be back momentarily.
By the power of Grayskull!
Welcome back. Oh, I feel better after putting these away now. As you can see, they're back there again. I couldn't have had them sitting out there. That would have been way too annoying. Right, so these are probably going to be in blocks, because what I'm trying to do is trying to do some at a time and not to go through the comic box and then just lift them all out. So I'm trying to get some ready here to show you. So I suppose we'll start off here with DC Universe versus Masters of the Universe. So this is number 1, but you also get a variant. So this goes like that and interlocks together, which some of them do. You find as well a lot of them now with issue 1s, you always get a lot of variants, which you'll find with the majority of these, especially the He-Man and Thundercats one. There's a lot. You've got DC, these are all DC Universe versus Master Universe. See if we're saying it. This is issue 2 with a weird looking Skeletor. It's an interesting read as well, especially if you know DC characters such as Wonder Woman, Constantine, Superman, etc., and want to get into the world of He-Man. This is probably, these are some of the probably the best entry points to them, especially. You've got Teela and Wonder Woman covered there, which is cool. You've got Teela, He-Man, and you've got Constantine on the back. What is he? There. Cool. You've got Superman trapped in Skeletor's grasp. Well, he seems to be trapped in Skeletor's grasp, and you can see Skeletor in the background there. And you've got this one here, Final Battle, Dark Orko versus Everyone, which is just weird. So you've got that one. You then have Injustice versus Master of the Universe. This for me was a really puzzling read. I didn't really enjoy this one. There was this one and another one I didn't really care for. That one there is a really good read as well. So you got this one here, which has He-Man, Skeletor, and Superman on the front. So that's a variant cover, because that's what number 1 of it looks like, which is kind of nice art. Here's the art again. Oh, Freddie Williams II, who does the one for the He-Man Thundercats. So this actually here is a decent read. Sorry, it's the multiverse one that I was really puzzled by. You've got He-Man and Superman there. You've got Batman looking weird, as you can see there. You've got Teela and Wonder Woman. They always seem to be going at it. I've got He-Man here with Batman on the side of it. I think Batman's the bad guy in this as well. Got a cool cover here with Castle Grayskull and some of the DC characters. And then you've got He-Man or Adam here as well. So you've got Injustice vs. Master Universe, which is a good one. You got He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse, where you have a variant cover, which is a cool one of Skeletor. You have He-Man, but it's like almost different. Each pane of glass seems to be a different facet of him, which is kind of cool. You've got a kind of Dolph Lundgren looking He-Man going on here. It's kind of cool. It's probably one of my favourite covers, where it has Snake Armor, He-Man, and King Hiss. And you've got like the Dolph Lundgren He-Man here, and it looks like Keldor, Skeletor. But a very odd cover here. I'm gonna have to reread these at some stage. That one there. And this one here. I don't think I really stuck with this because I think after issue 2 or 3 I kind of was a bit, kind of give up. Well, and for some reason I have 2 copies of this. It has Gweldor from the live action movie, and you've got Orko there and Tila. So you've got that one. One of my favourite runs is He-Man and Thundercats. So you have this one here, which is a colouring in variant, so you can colour that in if you so desire. Then you've got the ones I showed you there. I'll just go there. This is, again, it's another piece together one, so it looks like that, which is cool. You have issue 2, which has Skeletor, Lion-O, He-Man, Chitara, Orko, Man-at-Arms, basically has the whole cast there, which is cool. Issue 3, which has Lion-O, Chitara, Panther, etc. going up against Skeletor. Issue 4, have signed by Freddie Williams II, which is cool. And then I've got just a normal version of it there. That was always one that people seem to sell for a lot, and I don't understand why. We've got this one here with Skeletor, Mumra, and Castle Grayskull. And we've got this one here of He-Man, Lion-O, and Mumra in the middle. I think that's Mumra and Skeletor, so it's Scully, we'll say. So that's the first lot. So I shall be back momentarily with the next one. I'm only going to put little snippets of transformation sequences in between these just to kind of break it up a little bit. So I'll be back.
For the honor of Grayskull! Shiva, Shiva! Shiva!
And I hope you enjoyed the little transformation sequence there. I'm just trying to keep things a little bit short as I'm putting in between videos. So, got a couple here. I'm going to start off with a 3-parter, which is Rise of the Snake Man, which is a really, really good read. That's King Hiss on the cover there with the likes of Ratlore and all his cronies behind him. You have issue 2 here, which has Snake Armor, He-Man, and Zodak. And that was the one that I got Chris Judge to sign, what you can see there. He'd never seen this before and was kind of taken aback by it. Not somebody that I'm really that familiar with. I know him from like Stargate, sorry. But I've never seen him in anything, so I thought I want to meet him. And then you've got issue 3 there. So you've got that one there. I'll put that there. Right, so we'll start with this one here because it's the shortest one. So this cover here was to celebrate the 30th anniversary of He-Man from 1982 to 2012. Whenever you think that next year, then God, it'll be 40 years. So it's like a variant cover. You then have the coloured in version of it, which is that one there, which is He-Man from the Grayskull. And I have this one here, which was issue 2, issue 3. Some of these are just called He-Man the Master Universe. And until you open the first page, you then need to find out what volume it is, which is really annoying. You've got Skeletor, Evil-Lyn, and you've got He-Man in the globe there with Man-at-Arms. Issue 5 with like what looks like Cringer attacking He-Man with Sorceress in the background. And issue 6, which is probably one of the most used art to do with the comics, which is He-Man and Skeletor going at it. So they're from DC, and we'll do this one here because this is from DC. Now, this is like a 19-parter, so strap yourselves in. So we've got issue 1. I think it tells the story of Adora becoming She-Ra. It's got issue 1. Issue 2, which is Force Captain Adora there. Like the Evil-Lyn and Beastman and stuff, and Merman behind her. You've got issue 3, which has all the Horde troopers. Basically, they're like the stormtroopers of She-Ra's planet Etheria. Got issue 4, Issue 5 with She-Ra with Shadow Weaver behind her. And issue 6, Sibling Rivalry. Issue 7 is a cool one, Bold New Adventure. It has Stratos and King Randor. This one here, What Lies Within. Follow up to What Lies Beneath, maybe. This one here was signed by Fraser Irving, who worked on this. He said that he wished that he brought some of these with him because a lot of people were asking about it. And I was like, yep, that's why I brought my own one with me. And then I've got an unsigned one as well. I always like to have 2 of them because then that way I don't have to touch the signed version. Oh, What Lies Within again. And then you've got like Stratos, and you've got the majority of them. That's Mossman. God, Mossman looks a bit different there. And the Coils of King Hiss. Apologies if I'm showing these and people don't like snakes. And then you've got this one here, which is a cool one. The Prelude to Blood of Grayskull. So this is King Grayskull, basically like He-Man's ancestor. Oh, for some reason I have 2 of them. Don't know why. I have 2 of these, I think because one of them I picked up for £1. Sometimes if I see like duplicates, I'll just pick them up anyway. Got this one here, which basically shows like the different versions of He-Man. You know, so you've got like Thunder Punch He-Man, Battle Armor He-Man, Normal He-Man, etc. Got this one here, which has Adora He-Man and Triclops in the middle. He's like a bounty hunter. Got 2 of these ones. Shows Adora He-Man and Tila or Sorceress. This one here is one of my favourite covers, which is this one here. I was meant to have one of these signed by Melanie Britt, who voices She-Ra, but unfortunately she cancelled at the convention. I wasn't able to attend, but somebody was going to get it done for me. So what I decided to do was the people who were at the convention, get them to sign it instead. It's not in this pile, it's in another pile. And then you've got the last one, which is the Prelude to Eternity War, which we'll get on to soon. So these are the DC ones. There was also, before DC brought over the Master Universe property, there was MV Creations. I keep calling them MVC Creations, but I'll make it MVCC. So this one here, which has Snake Armor He-Man, Skeletor and Hordak in the background. Hordak's this big dude here. You've got a variation of that, which is the second part of the encyclopedia I was talking about earlier. Got this one here of Prince Adam with the sword, which is really cool photo. And got issue 4 with Tila. Some of the art in these are fantastic. King Hiss. This is the faceless one who is Evil Lynn's father. Spoilers. And this is Keldor before he becomes Skeletor. That's what he looks like. Got Stratos' eye there with skeleton in the background. This one here I managed to get for quite a decent price on eBay. I've never seen before, and it's a Graham Crackers variant, which is Faker, which is basically like in one of the episodes Skeletor creates an evil version of He-Man, and it's just made to look like the clone, but in the figures he was blue, so that way they just used the same mold as He-Man but coloured in blue. And then you have Orko at the end. So going on to the last bundle of this lot, and then we've got maybe another one to go after this, so hopefully you're keeping up. Now you have this one here, and then you have this one here. The only difference in it is this one here is a gold variant, which I think was a Graham Crackers exclusive, and it has one of my favourite characters there, Cyclone. He's one of my favourite characters. These will probably all have lots of variants. Now, always have a look as well if you're in the comics or whatever and somebody's selling a bundle. Don't look at the first photo, look at, go through the photos, because there was somebody selling like some comics and I already had the first lot that they used, that they were advertising, but I decided to look and see, and I managed to get this one, which is quite a hard one to get. Now, fair enough, as a Forbidden Planet sticker here. Why on earth they decided to stick a sticker on the actual comic is beyond me. But I was really happy to get this. It was like £8, I think, and it goes for a lot more than that. And then you have the, I think this is Earl Norm, is it? And basically this is just He-Man, but it's obviously looks like Dolph Lundgren. You then have issue 2, which is Man at Arms there. And then you have another issue 2, which is this one here, which cost me a mighty £1 It's always nice whenever you get them dirt cheap, and some of these I did get for cheap. Then you have issue 3, which is like again a foil variant. They seem to love their foil stuff. And then you have issue 3, which has Stratos there. I did manage to get, there was more of these that I wanted, but I kept getting outbid. So the only one I got was this one here. Now there's only 25 of these issues that exist that have Emiliano Santolucia and Enzo Fontana. He's drawn Tila and Emiliano's drawn Stratos there. And I was so happy to get this, and it has like a little certificate of authenticity there, just to say about that. And you have issue 4, which has Sorceress. And then you have this one here, which is one of my favourite covers, which has He-Man and Battlecat against Skeletor with Panther. It's a really cool one. Then you've got another one, which was a Mighty Pound, which is Skeletor, just looking ominously evil. And then the last one, which again was a Pound, was Man at Arms. So I shall be back shortly with what should be the final lot. Hope you're enjoying this, and if not, you can go.
By the power of Grayskull!
Hello and welcome back to the final part. Yes, final part. So hopefully if you're watching this, if you haven't fallen asleep yet, keep staying tuned, because there's some really good ones here. I also find this here, which was the cover of the one up in there, the one that I said I really liked, the one that my friend Brett sent me. This is a thing here to say it was limited to 500, so that shows you how hard some of them are to get. So we will start with the He-Man and the Eternity War. Some really cool covers in this one. So we have this one here, which shows all the good guys on the side against all the bad guys here, which is really cool. Then we have a Darwin Cook variant. Sadly, he passed away not too long ago, but this is one of his covers. Really cool cover. Then we have issue 2 for some reason. I have 2 of these. Hopefully I don't have 3 of issue 3. So you have He-Man and Battlecat. And you've got like the snakes beside him. We've got issue 3, which shows Catra down here, and then She-Ra on Swiftwind, which is really cool. Issue 4 shows, I think that's Hordak against She-Ra, which is really cool. And then if you look at the back, it's like the sword. Issue 5 with Destiny of Doom, which shows He-Man with all the arms struggling. The Problem with Power, really cool cover there. Really cool one of Skeletor here and what looks like Shadow Weaver being dragged away. Really like that one. And you've got this one here, which is She-Ra and Swiftwind, He-Man, Sorceress, Skeletor. Issue 8. Just some really good stuff there. Excuse me. Issue 10, which shows Skeletor wearing He-Man's armor and the sword in his traditional pose. We've got Rio Blast, who I always said looks like Tom Selleck. We've got King Hiss here against He-Man. It's really cool. Issue 13, which is one of the weirdest covers I think I've ever seen. I don't know what's going on here whatsoever. Issue 14, which shows all the weapons on the floor, which is pretty cool. And issue 15, which shows Castle Grayskull and He-Man in front of it. So, one of the last MV creations. These are kind of done by Image Comics, actually. So again, we have issue 1, and guess what? Yes, we have a foil variant. Woo! Love the foil variants. This is Earl Norm one, which is really cool cover. It's a wraparound one, so you've got Cyclone in the middle there. You've got Man at Arms, you've got Ram-Man, Tila, Stratos, Buzz-Off, and then you've got the evil ones on the other side, which is really cool. You've got this one here, which, if memory serves, is a J. Scott Campbell variant, which was Mechanic here, which is very weird, very, not very often you see him, is what I'm trying to say. You've got issue 1 again, which is Graham Cracker's. These are all issue 1s, by the way, which, again, is a foil variant of He-Man on Battlecat. You've got another issue 1, well, the same one. Now this is a only 3,500 of these were made, and this is number 78 apparently. So I've got like the wee thing there. You've got another issue 1, which is only 1,500 of these were made, and this is number 830, which is Graham Crackers. Again, these are ones that I got for like 99 cents. These were whenever I was over in Birmingham many moons ago with my friends Dave and Gemma. I went to a comic book store and picked up not one but 2 of them because I've never seen them before, and I think this one would look pretty good graded. And they were, what, £6 each? Yeah. Issue 2, which shows He-Man and the Shard of Darkness, which is actually what this here is, and this is quite hard to get too. So this is basically that these all collected, put in there from what I remember. I'll just double check. Yeah, 1 to 4, so it should only be 4 issues. Yeah, it just looks like there's lots because there's a lot of variants here. Then we have issue 2, cover B, which is a cool cover. Issue 3 of Evil Lynn. Issue 3 of All the Villains there, which is quite cool. Issue 4 of He-Man Battle Cat. Again, this is another wraparound one, and then you've got the likes of Trapjaw down here. This one, and lastly, this one here is the one that I've got signed by Cam Clark, which is pretty cool. So, there also is like a lot of the newer kind of ones that are just bit parts or their own little stories. So, before these were actually released even, there was like some previews and things which my parents had got me for Christmas. So this is one of them. You have this exclusive preview, which specially limited series of 5,000 copies. This is number 1,492. And then you have this one here, which is a preview book as well. Then you have origin stories to do with some of them. So you have Origin of Skeletor, which is cool. Origin of He-Man. I think that's just on the, yeah, it's Origin of He-Man. And Origin of Hordak as well, which are all good, interesting reads. Then you have the Master Universe Encyclopedia, which again wasn't something that really we didn't manage to finish this off from what I know of. Then you got the Icons of Evil. Obviously, with me talking about Walking Dead earlier on, these are done by Robert Kirkman and some of my favourite stories. Now these are obviously to do with evil people. So we've got Merman here. So this basically tells you how they joined up with Skeletor and stuff. The Trapjaw one is probably my favorite read out of the lot of them. It's really, really good. Again, these ones here, these are very hard to find in trade paperbacks. So even if you're a Robert Kirkman fan and wanted to read up something about it, then I would say try and get the single issues because you'll probably find that they'll be easier to get. You've got Beastman here, and you've got Triclops here. And lastly, you have a Halloween special from 2003, which is that one there. So, you also obviously do have trade paperbacks. I only have a couple of them. So I've got Injustice versus Master of the Universe, which is a hardback book, which I got for a really, really decent price. And then I've got Eternity War Volume 1 and Volume 2. I need to get the other volumes of that as well. So obviously He-Man was big in the 80s, and that's what some of these are going to be about. So I shall actually move them over there and move that down there. So this is the last set. So thank you if you stuck so far with this video. I appreciate it, and didn't think it would take this long. That's why this was a separate video all by itself. So obviously I've shown you earlier on, but I got a reader copy of the Superman DC Comics versus Master Universe one. This one here, from what I know of, just has a 16-page comic preview of Master of the Universe. You've got this one here, which again is a 16-page cover of Master of the Universe, which was 12 quid. We then have the motion picture, so basically just based on the actual film. And then you've got this one here, which is a 3-parter. So this was like 20p back in the day. Wow. When you look at the price of comics nowadays, they're selling out 20p. So that's issue 1. And that's issue 2. And that's issue 3. Again, I have my pal Mike to thank for these. You then had another run, which again is done by Star Comics, and it is, oh my, it just keeps going. Right, so we have issue 1. issue 2, The Coming of the Meteorbs. Again, that was something that was kind of like a toy line, which didn't really take off, no pun intended. This one here is one of my favourite covers, where you have Hordak the Slime Pit, which was an actual toy where you were able to get the slime and pour it in the top and it would go down. I was only allowed to play with that outside, because then it would ruin the carpet. And you've got Orko over there too. You've then got Hordak here, and then for some reason you've got like the X-Men down the sides. Weird. We've got this one here, He-Man and Skeletor. We've got He-Man on the bin zipper, I think it is. I think a Battle Cat and Orko there. He-Man is Battle Ninja and Blast Attack. Then who's that? It's probably Faker. You're doomed, He-Man, and when you fall, so falls Eternia. Beware the menace of Mosquitor. He's the one you pump the back of, and he will pump blood. Orko, don't. If you destroy Hordak, you'll destroy yourself. Oh no. And then you've got Brain Guy. That's probably not his name, but should be Brain Man. And then you've got Hordak and He-Man struggling against some kind of monster, which is weird. And then you've got these ones here, which are probably the hardest ones to get. You've got Here Lies He-Man, Here Lies Skeletor. And then lastly, you have the official Marvel News, Marvel Age He-Man muscles in on Marvel. And that's that. So that is that. I have a lot of He-Man comics. I think I have a problem. But I keep wanting more, and I know I shouldn't. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, and while I was doing my He-Man videos, just show you what comics I have. So hopefully the last video to do with He-Man and the Master Universe will be one to do with podcast, and I'll show off a bit of art that I have as well. The podcasting part is a really big part of how I started getting into podcasting, and how it actually got other people into podcasting, weirdly enough. So there's something about that, so it's very weird. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to read any of these comics, or if there was a certain comic cover that you really liked, or if you've read any of these stories and what do you think of them. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and until next time. Whew, I have to put these all away. Fun.